Hey, all you rock and roller, teeny bopper, hop sockin' kids. It's your old music maven here, Michael Knowles. I have been asked to put all of my cultural and musical expertise to the forefront for a song called Girls Like Girls. This is by the artist Hayley Kiyoko. It has 149 million views online right now. The producers have not told me very much about this video, except I have to infer from the song title. This is a lesbian thing, guys?
It's something like that, yeah.
Okay, something like that, they tell me. All right, well, I bear no responsibility for whatever sort of deviant madness is going to ensue, but I will try to analyze this, and in so doing, analyze our whole culture. Take it away. By the way, in my experience, girls hate girls. I have almost never met two women who genuinely like each other.
Make you freak out, got you fussing, got you worried, scared to let your guard down. Boys, boys, tell the neighbors I'm not sorry if I'm breaking walls down, building your girl's second story, ripping all your floors out.
How is the boyfriend not noticing this very bizarre tension between his girlfriend and that other girl? They say the girl's his sister, maybe? Girls like boys do, nothing new. That's true. Lesbians have existed in the popular imagination for all of human history. Aristophanes talks about this in the Symposium, that all people are born with their other half out there. And for some people, some boys, the other half is a girl, some girls, the other half is a girl, some boys, the other half is a boy. It's an old idea. We could be everything that we would ever need. This is the sticking point, and I suspect that most people in our culture agree with this idea. Even the conservatives. The libs obviously do, who are promoting all this kind of stuff. But the conservatives, I think, accept this too. And it's the idea that men don't really need women and women don't really need men.
I don't want to play with you anymore.
When in fact, one can have a good life in consecrated celibacy. One can have a good life after the death of one's spouse. I'm not denying that. But men are made to be complementary to women. Women are made as complementary to men. And men and women are not the same. That's the big divide in our culture right now. Some people in our culture believe that men and women are exactly the same. That includes the feminists, that includes the gay rights activists, that includes the transgender activists, that includes the radical individualists. They believe that every person is not fundamentally a man or fundamentally a woman or fundamentally even a religious being, but just fundamentally an individual, undifferentiated. And then the conservatives believe, no, we're actually born into society not as just these kind of undefined atoms, but with a real shape, with a body shape and with a role and with a purpose. And so we all have purposes. This leftist tears tumbler has the purpose of bringing delicious, salty leftist tears into my mouth. This microphone has the purpose of transmitting the dulcet tones of my voice to all of you out there in internet land. And our bodies have a purpose too. And a male body, the purpose of our sexual organs is for the opposite sex, and specifically for procreation within the context of marriage, for the good of the spouses and the generation and education of children. But as that goes away, then we're left with this rather shallow idea, which is that you and I, of the same sex or whatever, we can be everything that we need. But there is actually more to life than just girls. My 12-year-old Michael might not have accepted that statement, that there's more to life than girls. But there actually is more to life than girls. And there's more to life than just boys. There's more to life than just this and just that. Actually, we are made for one another, and we can complement one another, not just merely reflect ourselves in the other person. Right now, go to puretalk.com, enter promo code Knowles. We all know about the big wireless companies out there. They lock you into these horrendous contracts, and if you try to get out of them early, they tack on outrageous charges. That is why I made the switch to Pure Talk. Wireless, where there are no hidden fees, no contracts, and no hassle. Pure Talk's US customer service team has helped so many people make the switch in as little as 10 minutes. You are even able to keep your phone number. Pure Talk has a range of affordable plans to choose from. You can find the perfect option for your needs. Unlimited talk, text, plenty of data, just $30 a month. Their 5G service is super fast, consistent, does not drop calls. You can get the same coverage you're used to at half the rate that you're currently paying. Pure Talk saves the average family over $900 per year. Not only will you save money, but you will also get the satisfaction of knowing you're supporting a great American company. The CEO and chairman of Pure Talk is a U.S. military veteran. When you become a Pure Talk customer, you are given the option to support America's Warrior Partnership, which is an organization that works to prevent veteran suicide. Go to puretalk.com, enter promo code Knowles, save 50% off your first month. puretalk.com, promo code Knowles. Pure Talk is simply smarter wireless. The vision of the music video is that boys are really terrible, and they're boorish, and they're stupid, and they're vulgar, and they're actually kind of abusive too, and they're gonna grab women. And this does speak to a serious aspect of lesbianism, which is that I'm not saying all girls who like girls that way, but for a disproportionate number of lesbians, they become lesbians after they suffer some kind of sexual trauma at the hands of men. So that part is realistic, but you can see how the vision is totally skewed, because in the vision of the music video, women are made to have sex with women, and women are all great, and men are all terrible, and there's no reason that any woman would want anything to do with them. Keep going. Is that it? No, the music's coming back up. Oh, here we go. This is the kiss, right?
Ah! Are you kidding me? All people are. Don't even try to defend yourself in front of me. Just keep your mouth shut. You've done enough already. Look at me, not her. What are you saying? What? How dare you do this to me? What are your...
Oh yeah, that's realistic. This younger, presumably, and smaller girl is just beating up this bigger guy, right? Obviously, there is a lot of fantastical thinking going on and imagery going on in this music video, but the most absurd of all, and you see this throughout the popular culture, is this idea that small little girls can just, by virtue of their own brute force, beat up much bigger guys. That cannot happen. That does not ever happen. And I talk to millennials, I talk to men, women, everybody, and they actually believe what they see in the movies, which is that physically small little girls can just beat up much larger guys. That is not realistic. Actually, this is one of the arguments for the Second Amendment, is that because men are much physically stronger than women, women need something to equalize the playing field if they're going to be out walking around alone, which would be a gun. And to tell women otherwise is just completely irresponsible. And furthermore, the idea that this boyfriend would come out and just start beating up these women because they almost kiss. First of all, in our depraved day and age, the boyfriend would probably come out and get a kick out of it. You know, he'd probably encourage it to happen. But furthermore, that's not the reaction. The guy would probably be pretty peeved that his girlfriend is kissing anybody else, let alone a woman, or he might find it kind of titillating and weird. But the idea that the man would come out and just start punching women, that's absurd. That just is very unlikely to happen in our culture. But it does feed into the narrative of men bad, women good. That's why no one should ever be attracted to men in any way, especially women, because girls are made for girls in the way that boys think that they are made for girls, but they're really not. Keep going. It's funny, they actually cover up the kiss. So they keep, whenever they go in for a kiss, they kind of turn their heads or it's covered up by the hair. And it doesn't seem believable. Put a pause there. I don't mean just to criticize the acting of these young ladies. They're doing a fine job in the music video. But you can even see from the performance, this is unnatural. Whatever you want to say about it, okay? I'm not delving into the entire issue of lesbianism, but it's not normal. It's not natural behavior, and you see that reflected even in the performance of it, and even in the fact that the director and cinematographer don't show it totally head on. They allude to it, they kind of cover it up with the hair, and there's a hug at the end, because they know it's not the same thing as when Prince Charming rides up on the white horse and whips up the damsel in distress and plants a big smooch on her. It's not, it's different, because men and women are different. Nothing new. Nothing new. That's true. Subversive and fantastical imagery is nothing new. And it is true that throughout all of human history, there have been eccentric expressions of our sexual desires. This is a fallen and quirky world. That is true. But just because something happens does not mean that it is ordered to happen that way, and that it is necessarily something that one should aim for or attempt to normalize. The existence of the abnormal is not an argument that which is normal either is not normal or should not be pursued. Girls might like girls, but they do not like girls like boys do. See you next time.